y'all realize that there were a lot of Democrats that voted to do this memorial service honoring Charlie Clark. And like I said in the last video, I knew I was done with the NFL, and I'm really done with them when they can sell out an arena, people all over the world, that is basically honoring white nationalism. I mean, another thing about me y'all should know too, I was raised not raised in the household, but I'm talking about educated or indoctrinated, however you want to look at it, by Charlie Kirk type Christians. There were Charlie Kirk kids in my classroom. There really was. I mean, I've met Charlie Kirks. So I've got experience with them. But what gets me, I was in southeastern Pennsylvania just yesterday, and I saw a church. I was like around Lancaster area, where like Amish country around there. I see a church with a picture, an actual picture of Charlie Clark inside the marquee. I am Charlie Clark was, further down on the marquee. So it's like, you notice how, all right, I'm not expecting them to have any type of sympathy for, the Trayvon Martins, the Tamir Rice, the Walter Jones, Fernando Castilla, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, all them. I can understand. Ahmaud Arbery. Who was the other dude, the boy that was in his apartment and got killed by the police woman, and his relatives and the judge lady were all hugging on her, playing her hair and stuff, pulling out lights. That kind of stuff. I mean, I can expect, them not to have any type of concern over issues like that. But where's the concern for all the mass shootings that's going on at these schools? There's only an uproar when they get struck. One of their own privilege gets struck and killed in front of everybody. That they want to have this call for white supremacy. Did y'all see what Stephen Miller was saying? He was just basically, you have to go back and look at it. It was, I wouldn't say scary, that call for white supremacy. It was just exactly what it was. It didn't frighten me or scare me or anything. It polarized me as though, like, this stuff in real time is really going down like that. They know their time is over. I don't want to keep harping on that, but that's why they had that summons and all that. And I feel sorry for the brothers who actually think that they can talk and go up there like the one dude. There was one brother up there that I saw, because I watched it. You have to watch. I had to watch it. Like, this, I can't believe this is really going on. And did you see his wife threw up that she threw that up, and she looked soulless in her eyes. I tell you, she looked soulless. And they still want to revert this back and say it's black people are the face of crime. Okay, we got this incident here. There's a white man that killed Charlie Kirk. Then you got, I don't know if you know about the same day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and it is an assassination. I've been seeing things to where, it's not an assassination. All the definitions I've seen, because I looked the word assassination up, it says it has to be a prominent figure. He was, even though he was an elected official, he was basically a YouTuber, but he had the backing of a lot of billionaires to go out on these college campuses and talk stupid like he did. He's not going to be doing that anymore. Did you see where somebody tried to pick it up and try to go? First of all, Charlie Kirk wasn't going to no HBCUs trying to debate nobody. Listen, everybody out there, you don't owe no debate about nothing, about anything, about reparations, about the canceling of DEI, affirmative action. You don't owe your explanation to anybody. You don't owe a debate to anybody. You don't owe anything to anybody. Nothing. I just would keep it to yourself, because most black people get too emotional when they debate anyway. I remember once, there was this white dude, older white guy, I was debating, and I said, before we go any further, would you admit that there's a racial hierarchy and it's white people at the top and black people at the bottom? And when he said, oh no, we're all the same, I got upset to the point where we had to be separated. Not that I was going to do anything to the man, I just was walking in his direction and getting overly emotional, and people jumped in the way. but I wasn't gonna put my hands on him. But they didn't know me. Nobody there knew me, and the people there was black and white. So I don't think until we can have a hands-off conversation to where you say the truth. The truth is not in certain people, so you're pointless. It's pointless to even talk about anything racial with certain people. I refuse to do it because they're not going to be truthful anyway. So there's no sense in bringing it up to them. Yeah, but that same day you had a school shooting in Colorado. How about in New Hampshire at a wedding, at a country club, there was a shooting there. These are all done by white men, by the way. Then they had that ICE. I don't know what state that was in, but that kid looked kind of like, to me, he looked like a young John Belushi, the boy that was involved in that ICE raid shooting. I didn't really get the specifics on it because it doesn't really concern me because it doesn't concern the mainstream media. They are not concerned. They are not reporting on the white crimes that these young white men are committing. And then they're cowardice to the point where they turn the gun on themselves or in Pennsylvania, 3 cops were killed by white men. I don't see brothers carrying out any of these crimes here like that. So, no, I don't get this. Well, I know why they're not reporting it. They need to be reporting this wild crime, this white on white crime. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them not reporting on it is what I'm sick of. Let them do the crime they want to do on each other. Let them do it. Because they don't care when we do it.
A bullet flew into the neck of Charlie Kirk during a campus event on September 10th. You see, an assassin with a rifle had climbed onto the roof of a shopping center while he was hosting a debate across the street. The bullet traveled 200 yards before striking him in the artery. Charlie collapsed in his chair, and even though the doctors tried to save him, it was already too late.